Now then, so before I get into the video, I am pushing for 1,000 subs at the moment, and once I get there, I'm going to do some giveaways, we're going to do some special streams, all those kind of things. So if you could subscribe, it would really help me out, and you can get involved in those kind of things, maybe get something out of it. So, reason we got a video today is we need to have a word. So sit down, need to have a talk. After the White Frost changes, a lot of people have been trying to get weather and like ancient foglets going and everything, and it just so happens this is like an archetype that I've been playing for the better part of like 2-3 months, something like that, and I've learned the hard way what works and what doesn't. So what we have here is a Frost deck which was made by Specimen, and this is like no disrespect on him, it was literally the first one I saw on the Play Gwent like deck lists kind of thing, and it's a good example of the typical list people have been running. And the Carapace list next to it is the list that I've been running, and I'll basically give you, without going too in depth, there's a lot of things I could talk about with this, but there's a few key things that people are making the mistakes with, and this isn't sort of based in like a general not liking of the decks. The data has come out, and from like day one, monsters have had like a 35% win rate. So yeah, what people are doing isn't working basically, and I kind of know why from experience, and so I can talk you through that. So there's a couple of main points which I was going to talk about, which is firstly is an over reliance on Frost. I found that mixing in Blood Moon is far better. We already know that Crimson Curse is a really good card. Dettlaff works really nicely because it's just a 6 on deploy, potential for huge payoff for bleeding, and if you the amount of weather you kind of set up with it is kind of insane. So if you have an Ancient Foglet down, Blood Moon before any of the bleeding starts is playing for 11 on deploy, absolutely insane. And much the same with Dettlaff. You're running enough vampires that you usually get, 3 turns of Blood Moon down. So it's a 9 on deploy, which is going to tick for 6 points, and it gives you a payoff for your bleeding as well. Really good. Next thing I was going to talk about is the White Frost leader isn't good. It's not good at all. The passive just isn't that good at all. The 1 point isn't enough to protect your engines. That's why I use Carapace. You need to protect your things like Eridane and Durantine Elder and things like that. 1 extra point on them is not going to be the difference when you're coming up against Nilfgaard, for example, but putting Veil on that unit is going to be the difference. It's the difference between an imprisonment, putting it to 3, and them using a coup de grace to get their own, and being presented with 9 power veiled unit that only their tallest tall removal can remove. So yeah, Carapace is just generally better because you really need those good cards to stick. A lot of the Wild Hunt cards aren't as good as they seem, and the extra 1 point really doesn't change that. And the final thing was Winter Queen's bad. Seems like it should be good. It's really not. It's 8 provisions to run basically a Necker warrior that comes out of your deck. Really not that good. Really not that good. And there's a million more things I could talk about with this, in all honesty. I've re-recorded this quite a few times because I just get into a rant. But I'll go into the games, I'll show you how the deck I use works, and hopefully it will illustrate why this is kind of a better way to run weather. So, hope you'll enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Alright, Line Pockets is going to be gross, isn't it? But I think we do okay here. Yeah, so we don't want Wild Hunt Riders. Well, we do want Wild Hunt Riders, just not both in hand. We can drop one of these. This hand's actually not too bad. Hand is not too bad. I think we maybe want to find one of our tutory kind of cards though. That's like the one card I probably just never play in this matchup, just because it's too easy for them to deal 4 damage and just take that away. But this is maybe a bit risky, playing the Hound first. Just because we are banking on their safe crackers not being super tall. But I'm happy to roll the dice on that. I think 8 should be tall enough that we still have dominance next turn. And if so, it means we get an extra turn from the Wild Hunt ticking. And we're going to need dominance anyway if we want this engine to go. And we also want to get to Witch Apprentice getting Sabbath sooner. And that's going to help a lot with that. But what we'd probably do is, provided we still have dominance, we chuck down Wild Hunt Rider, we chuck down a Conqueror, throw down a Witch Apprentice, drops a good one. And the added bonus of this looks like Celtic 7. Yeah. Okay, so that was the right way to go then. That was the right way to go. Yeah, so we'll just chuck down a Conqueror, throw down Witch Apprentice. Looking good, looking good. Blacksmith isn't too bad at all, to be honest. Blacksmith is not too bad.
A fitting gift for our king.
Next turn we can just go Witch Apprentice and we have 3 points a turn, provided this doesn't get dipped away. They may be looking for a pass here. That just seems slow. I don't know, man. If they pass, we're obviously over the moon. Philippa for the steal.
I'll never be imprisoned again.
You don't have Sabbath. Okay. So we have a couple of options here, don't we? What we maybe do is just Eridan. Just try and keep the pressure on while we've got dominance and everything. In fairness, we maybe use the leader charge on Witch Apprentice there. I mean, he got us the pass. That's not bad. He got us the pass. We still have an engine ticking as well. I need to spend twice. Yeah, I'm happy enough. He got us the pass. He got us out the round, and I'm happy to trade Ferka, Novigrad Injustice, and Philippa for basically Oberon. Eridan, sorry. Right, so let's get rid of you. And let's get rid of you. We'll see, they maybe bleed, they maybe don't. Okay. That's fine. I mean, this hand isn't incredible. So I like the idea of going to a long round. I'm a little concerned about the drill. I think we're maybe gonna have to be a little careful and figure out how we're going to get that off the board ASAP. But that's a problem for in a minute or two. Missed a lot of good stuff. Naglfar into Caranthea would be nice. Naglfar into Gels for Imler's Wrath is also doable. So we could just chuck down a Foglet. We would probably have to put a Carapace on it there. But I think in all likelihood this is probably just best thing to do. Just set one of these up. If this gets like Payday or what? Is it called Payday? I'm completely forgetting. The 5 damage. Yeah, if it gets Payday, then we're fine. We're fine with it. Yeah, I put a Feast of Blood in as well. Rather that on a Hound than a Foglet. I can say that much. I can definitely say that much. So, what we'll do is... we'll drip down the Crimson Curse. Just because then these foglets are going to come down like borderline safe. This is going to come down as an 8, this one as a 7. Then put like Dettlaff or Latent Riders. Yeah, I don't like you though. Definitely don't like you. I mean, that's on a 3. I mean, this probably works out pretty nice for us, to be fair, because our tallest units are going to be veiled. And we can, with efficient use of our leader, make sure the tallest unit always has veil. So we're kind of alright with it. Freak Show's kind of fine. Like, if they want to dump Freak Show just to do this, I'm totally fine with that. That's very okay. And then the next one will come down as a 9. And then we say, okay. What are we going to do about it?
Evil's not going anywhere.
Cool. Good stuff, good stuff. And then we'll probably chuck down a Dettlaff, just get that Blood Moon ticking. That's everything though. That's everything. Okay, so I actually think the way we'll go with this is we just kill this off. Just get rid of that. I'm not playing the deck exactly how I would typically have played it, but seems to be working out. Seems to be working out. So we take these. We take these for sure.
Nose, mouth, anything.
3 coins doesn't scare me in the slightest. So yeah, it's unseen all the time. Chuck it on there. Try and get that off the board. Give that veil. We'll see, because I don't see a world where they realistically can remove this, like this turn. Maybe the turn after.
Nothing loosens reticent tongues like a hot iron.
That's fine. So a high roll into Queen of the Night is possible. High roll off this for a Purify is also possible. So we have a 1 in 5 of getting it here, and a 1 in. We have a higher chance of getting the Purify here, basically. Easy, easy stuff, boys. Easy stuff, easy stuff. Because I think there's a grading in hand, isn't there? I smell a grading. But yeah, I was doing the maths in my head quick. I didn't want to rope out there, but because there's, if I remember right, I think there's like only like 6 or 7 targets you can get off Oberon or some shit. It's much more likely you'll pull Purify rather than digging with Naglfar. And again, we're not too bothered because like they don't have a pocket. We'll just keep that alive. This is pretty good. Kill that next down with Dettlaff. And then from Naglfar we hope for something decent. I mean, the Purify is probably the way we go. And that makes the most sense. Imlerus Wrath actually removes a spender. And we just straight up beat. Let's take Trafficker last card. Plays as a 9. 36. Yeah, so we always beat last card poison. So it's better to just remove their spender. Like, yeah, like I said, we always beat last card fizz tech. Oh, know your outs, boys. Know your outs. Yeah, I'm letting the hair down. We got that each beer block. It's been tied up because just had a shower, but gotta let it dry. It's dry enough. It's fine. Right. So what do we reckon Carapace is? This could well be Cultulis. So I think Purify's pretty nice. Don't like having both of those though. Oh, that's my move. It's my move. So what do we want to do here? I think we could just go for Frost here. Just straight into Frost. Because then that allows us to put on a Foglet at 7. Oh, yeah, I mean this is Cultulis, isn't it? Almost certainly. So I have a funny feeling we don't get weird deck, man. I mean, this is kind of fine. So, I think Nagofar nearly always gets us in trouble. Nearly always gets us in trouble. We are playing this quite cheaply for a round 1 play, unfortunately, but we shall see. If need be, I'm happy enough to just like Nagofar for something. We maybe do Nagofar. Alright. Kinda not what I wanted to see. Okay.
If you believe in any gods, pray to them now.
Kind of the problem. They're both veiled, and it's either that or we play Oberon. But removing that's weird. Removing that is definitely weird. And this is reasonable. So we can use one leader to pull ahead. But I think if they just pass, then we like Feast of Blood or something. Yeah, okay. So I do really value my leader in this matchup. The Purify would have been really nice to hold on to, but like, I don't really think I care. Actually, we could have played Wild on Hound, couldn't we, and held the Purify. Oh well, oh well. Alright, this is a good hand. This is actually a really good hand. I think we always bleed here a little bit. Probably should have thrown the Wild Hunt Hound actually. I don't think there's any world where we get dominance here. Axie. Alright, let's get dominance, let's push a little bit. This kind of good thing is we can commit a fair bit and still have plenty of gas in the tank. kind of like this. I mean, we could pass here. The problem is then we are facing down a Kelly, which is kind of scary. But at the same time, we don't develop too much on the board, do we? I think this is a fair trade-off. One leader for like Nithril, I'm kind of fine with. Don't go a card down. I think we cut our losses there. And we accept. We got a reasonable card out from a soft bleed. We can't be too sad about that one. Alright, found everything and we've hit all our gold. There are miracles. I was going to say never lucky, but I mean, Foglet is like a pseudo gold in this list anyway. Yeah, I mean, what we say to that is no, don't we?
Your blood smells.
Just say
Yield and save me some time.
So Cranthea into Unseen Elder is pretty reasonable here. Pretty reasonable. Right, so they played the Parasite. I don't like leaving it at 4. So we go again with that. And we'll shut down Crimson Guys. Okay, cool. I'm fine with that, because obviously the next one's going to be very scary for him. Very, very scary. Cool. What we'll probably look to do is like Oberon, pray for some movement, get that Keltulis on the range row. Yeah, we knew this was going to trigger anyway. So I mean, we don't really care too much. Also, why am I spreading rows when we have a Sabbath card? Never lucky, I guess. Never lucky. I mean, we can purify with a veil. Not all bad. I mean, I literally said, in a meta where there's no Keltulis, and where Frost will be better against that, but is what it is, isn't it? Is what it is. We can play this now. That was the one we didn't want to get bleeding, because we're just going to Phantom that and kill it. What we're looking at, 25 on each row. Fingers crossed, Queen of the Night dies. Of course not. Of course not. So we don't get Sabbath now. Yeah, this was a game where everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. Yeah, and just the heat word to finish her off. Ozreal. Yeah. I mean, they drew pretty well. Alright, so I think that's a good conclusion. The deck is in general better than White Frost, but against Keltulis, White Frost would have been better. So if nothing else, this is another option for you. As I say, I personally think that this is a hell of a lot better than the White Frost list, but it's up to you. Up to you. Let me know how you get on, and I'll catch you in the next one. Gonna go watch England hopefully beat Denmark. I hope that don't come back and bite me in the ass.